Yes, very good. The lowest part. So this is the reason nga nung we have this ordered data set. We have the first value which is 0 and the second value is 15. Now the last value, the last and the highest value is 60. Okay, very good. Okay? So now, based on this, imagine lang na yung student 13 instead of having a score of 65, nagiging 0 kanyang score. So let's have this new ordered data. Okay, now, I'd like to ask a question. Will this score, take note on this that 0 is an outlier. Tama ba? 0 is an outlier. Tama ba? Is it?
Yes,
is
sir.
It correct?
Tama,
Yes,
sir.
very good. 0 is an outlier. Now, with the presence of an outlier, can we have the same median value or will we have another median value?
Lahi na po. Lahi na, sir.
Very good. Very good observation. Okay, we have a new median value. Okay, what's the median value? What's the new median value?
45, sir. 45, sir.
Okay, what's the new median value? How will you calculate that? You have to divide by what? Okay, what's the median value? Okay, please
40, sir.
Very good. Okay,
35
very good.
5.
Okay, let's have this one. Let's use the two arrows representing our two fingers. Okay, let's have this one. Okay, moving towards the middle part of the ordered data. We have 35 and 45. Take note, pag 35 and 45, that is 80. 35 plus 45, that's 80. 80 divided by 2, that is 40. So now, we have now the new median value, 40. Kanina, what's the original median value natin? We have what? We have
45.
We have 45. Now, what's the median value? We have 40. Okay, we have 40. Based on this, we can say that sometimes if there is, okay, with the presence of an outlier, ito yung outlier dito ay yung 0. So 0 is an outlier. Sometimes with the presence of a certain outlier, it can affect the median value because it can really affect the ordered data. Yung series of, yung sequence niya. Okay? So, questions, clarifications? Am I making myself clear? Do you get me? As to how did we get the median value, which is 40? Questions? Clarifications?
Yes,
sir. Okay. Now let's move to. Okay, let's move to this. Okay. Now, based on my explanation, based on your understanding of the concept about median, I'd like you to assess you with this question. Median is less affected by outliers. Is it true or false? Less affected. Is it correct? Less affected? Less affected? Okay, according to Christian Lloyd. What's
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How about Christian Lloyd? Okay.
Sir, true, sir.
Yes, very good. That is true. Okay, take note, it is true. Median is less affected by outliers. Why? Because sometimes if there is a presence of outlier, it cannot affect the median value. But sometimes if there's another certain outlier, it can really affect the median value because there's a change in the set of ordered data. Okay, that's median. It is less affected by outliers. And now, let's move to the last measure of central tendency, the mode. Now, let's have the mode. Now, take note that the mode, it is the value that appears most frequently in the set of data. So, again, when we say mode, it is the value that appears most frequently in the set of data. Okay. So, what does it mean when we say mode? Mode, the other term or the other definition of mode is that it's the most common value. According to our song, mode is the most common value. Take note, it is the most common value. That's mode. Okay. Now, based on this definition, na pag sinabi ting mode, we can have mode if there is the most common value. Okay, based on that, who would like to explain this example of why the value of the mode is 45? Okay, who can explain? Again, okay, let's have Elisa Gako. Let's have Ma'am Lisa Gako who can explain why the mode is 45.
Di ba, sir, ang mode, sir, kay most frequently nga kanang makita nimo sa data, sir. So ang
Yes.
kanang nagsigbalik-balik dira, sir, kay ang 45, sir, kay tulo ka buok siya ang 45, sir. Then ang uban kay tag duha ra ana, tas ang 45 kay tulo, so katulo siya nagbalik-balik, sir. That is why, sir, mo
Okay.
na ang mode, sir.
Okay, ma'am, take note. 30 repeats itself twice. Okay, 2 times. How about 35? Twice na nag-repeat. 45, 3 times na nag-repeat. Take note on this. Bakit hindi magiging mode yung 30 and 35? Bakit pipiliin lang natin yung 40? Why should we choose 45 as the mode of this data set? Because according
Mas
to...
dagdag,
Very good. Okay, according to the definition, the most, okay, that's the most common value, or it is the value that has the highest number of repetitions in the ordered of data set. Okay, let's have this. Okay, now let's move to this part. Okay, take note. Since we only have one value na mode natin, we have 45, we consider this as a unimodal. Okay, that's unimodal. Again, okay, let's have this one. Pag one mode, let's consider the type of mode in a certain data set. We have unimodal. If we have two modes, we have bimodal. We have three modes, that's trimodal. And if this data set has more than three modes, we call this as multi-modal. Okay? Do you get me? Is this clear? One mode, unimodal, two modes, bimodal, three modes, trimodal, and more than three modes, multimodal. Okay, clear? So that we can move to the next part.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, okay. I'm just checking if you're following my discussion. Next, let's have this one. Okay, this is now the original. This is the original data set. Okay, now from this point to this point, what have you observed? From this point to this point, what have you observed? From this point
Na-change ang 65 to 95, sir.
65 to 95. Now the question is this 95 an outlier? Based on the definition.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Liar, sir. Liar, sir.
95, yes, very good. 95 is very different from the rest of the score. That is why 95 is considered as the outlier. Now, ngayon, let's have this one. Now, since we have, let's presume na lang again, another presumption. Let's presume what if student 13 got a score of, instead of having a score of 65, we have now the 95 na score ni student 13. Now, based on this new data set, can we have the same mode or will we have another mode? Based on this,
Same
na
mode
mayroong
yapon,
outlier.
sir.
Same
Sir,
mode ba? Same
same
mode.
lang yapon, sir.
Okay, very good. Same mode pa rin. Okay, 45 is still the highest the value having the highest number of repetitions, 45. Now, let's have this one. How about this one? From this point, okay, what have you observed to this point? Okay, very good. From this point to this point. Okay, what have you observed? From this point to this point. What have you observed?
Na-change ang 65, sir, from 95 and 95.
Okay, take note, we have the outliers. We have outliers, yung 95 o 95 na mga score, tatlo sila. These are the outliers. Now ngayon, let's have this one. Take note, this new this new data set has the outlier, which is the score of 95. And take note, it repeats itself 3 times. So now, can we still have the same mode or will we have another mode? What's your answer?
Madungagan na kasi.
Very good. Okay, so what is the mode or what are the modes?
45 and 95, sir. 45 and 95, sir.
45 and yes, very good. You're still following my discussion. 45 and 95 are the modes. Take note, pag sinabi nating dalawa yung modes natin in a certain data set, what do you call that type of mode?
Bimodal, sir.
Bimodal, sir. Bimodal. Very good. That's bimodal. Now, what have you observed? In the first data set, what if merong present na outlier? So it cannot affect the type of mode. But if there is, with the presence of an outlier at the same time, this outlier is also a mode, this will really change the type of mode. Tama ba? Na pag merong outlier and at the same time nagiging mode din itong outlier na ito, then it will really change the type of mode from unimodal nagiging bimodal. Okay? Am I making myself clear? Do you get me?
Yes,
Have-
sir. Yes, sir.
question? Very good. Very good. So take note, in this part, no, merong outlier 95 at the same time nagiging mode ito. So take note, if there is an outlier at the same time, it is also considered as a mode. Okay, it will change the type of mode of a certain data. Okay, that's it. So now, let's have this one to assess your understanding. Mode is most affected by outliers. Now, is it true or false? Is it true that most is most affected by outliers? Is it true or false? Based
True.
on the examples we have discussed. Okay? What's the answer? Most.
Yes.
Mode is the most.
True, sir.
True,
Is this most affected?
True, sir.
Is this
Yes,
most
sir.
affected?
Yes, sir.
Note based on the example. Take note, please. Okay, please listen. Take note based on the example. Sometimes, if there is an outlier and it is not the mode, it will not affect. And another instance, another case is that if there is an outlier at the same time, this outlier is also a mode, it will really change the type of mode of certain data. Now the question is, mode is most affected by outlier. Is it true or false?
False.
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 Is it true or false? Very
False,
good.
sir. False.
Very good observation. Okay, you realize that mode is a less affected measure of central tendency. It is not most affected. Again, mode is less affected by outliers. Okay, so do you get me? Questions, clarifications? So that we're gonna move to the other part. We're done with the mean, median, and mode. Okay, we're done with the mean, median, and mode. So, am I making myself clear as you go along our discussion?
Apo, sir.
Substance
Yes,
ba?
sir.
Do you substance me? Okay. Okay. So yes, okay. Thank you for your active participation in this class. So now let's have this one. Okay, this is to check. Okay, this is to check how far you are now when it comes to the attainment of your lesson objectives. Okay, are you ready? Okay, are you ready to celebrate your learning? Okay, are you ready to celebrate your learning?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you differentiate the measure of central tendency? How about this one? Can you differentiate the measure of central tendency such as mean, median, mode? Can you determine the mean, median, and mode of the given data set? And can you discuss the role of the measures of central tendency in determining the characteristics of the data set? Okay, are you ready to celebrate your learning? Are you all ready? Are you ready?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so take note, your quiz will be sent to your Google Classroom and all the instructions will be sent to your Google Classroom. Okay, so thank you for attending and being so participative in this class. Before we end this, let's first have a photo documentation. Okay, so can you turn on the camera? Can you turn the camera? Okay, okay, para na po tayo photo documentation. Okay, let's have this one. Okay. 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 So please, wait lang. Okay, so screenshot and then okay. So screenshot. Wait lang. Wait lang po. Okay. We have here. Okay. Let's have another screenshot. Okay. Say cheese or waki.
Waki naman daan, sir.
Ay, waki na dayaan. Okay.
Mga kanta, sir, sir. Katong mga kanta, sir.
Sir, mga to sa nito, sir.
Okay, kinsa ang mukanta atong kuan?
Si Jude, sir. Kasi ako nauna, sir.
Jason.
Si
Pulido, sir.
mukanta to.
Si Pulido, sir. Si Pulido.
Ibuon ko nag-voltage 5 karon. Okay? Kinsa mukanta?
Si Pulido, sir. Si Kirby na naka-bowling, sir.
Iba, mag-iisip na pag-ibig, sir. Amo ka sponsor. Merry Christmas. God.
Uy, kung sa man eh. Merry Christmas. Okay, so thank you for your cooperation, for participating. Sorry, wala ta mag-inform nga naday mo observe sa inyo ha. Okay. Kaya pandi po mo ma-stress o basig maulaw mo o nga
Sir,
mo
nakalibot na ganitong mga words. Sir, kay nakulbaan ni ganina.
Isa ta na
Sir, ang cellphone. Cellphone, sir, kalagot. Libot dito mga words.
Okay, sige. Okay, thank you for the time. God bless and good luck sa inyo ha. Okay?
Sir,
Isend na lang.
sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thank you everyone. Grabe Kirby, ay bakasyon man.
Bye,
Bye
Kirby.
class.